Welcome to another edition of the JV Sports Show. James Poovey alongside my co-host Vince Delicio. Vince, we're back for show number 2. We got another exciting week on tap for everybody.
Well, we do. You know, we've had so many games in this first week, and it's been quite an adventure. It's been a lot of fun. Unfortunately, we don't have a lot of time to recap the games because we have to look ahead. We can't look back, James. We got to look ahead.
Looking ahead to week 2, Vince, we got another great matchup on hand. It's going to be the Lake Havasu Knights traveling 4 hours to meet up with the Casa Grande Cougars. That one's going to be a good one.
Well, I was initially a little bit nervous for Lake Havasu, but this is old hat to Coach Carl Thompson. These guys have put so many miles on their cars. They're used to the travel. It doesn't bother them, and they're going to come ready to play, I believe.
We caught up with Coach Barrow and his troops out there at a scrimmage they were having against the Campo Verde Coyotes. So let's check that out right now.
Here with Cougar head football coach Jake Barrow, the man, the myth, the legend. Coach Barrow, friend of the JV Sports Show, has been on our program before. Coach Barrow, you got a big smile on your face tonight. What is the expectation? Obviously, good things coming out of your team tonight.
Yeah, we're excited to be out here. I mean, you know, from last year through the crazy offseason we had, the COVID summer where not much was going on, now we're getting to finally play football against somebody else. That's the most exciting thing. I mean, I'm like Christmas morning to me. This is awesome. But yeah, we got high expectations for this group. You know, last year was great. We're building, and we want to do better.
Now, quarterfinalists last year on a smaller roster, okay, you got some pretty good numbers now, but more so than that, you've got quality. And you had quality last year. You're building something really special down in Casa Grande. Tell us about this group this year.
Yeah, we were really young last year, mostly sophomores and juniors. I mean, our senior class was great, but the bulk of our roster was sophomores and juniors. So it's nice to see these kids grow up, nice to see what they can become. You know, now is the time to put the pads on and see if that can translate to wins. I'm super excited. Think we've got some really explosive, tough players that, you know, they've done everything we've asked of them. Let's see what we can do.
We're a couple of nights away from heading out to your place for that October 8th kickoff Thursday night football. You're welcoming Lake Havasu City. They're traveling 4 hours to get to your place. What do you expect from them?
Well, Havasu is always a pretty quality program. Coach there does a great job. Let's see, my first year at Casa Grande, 2015, we went to play them in the playoffs at their place, and they beat us. So it's going to be a little rematch there. It's been about 5 years since then, but it'll be fun to get back into it and see that program again. They're always tough. They're always quality, well-coached. So it'll be a good game.
Last question, Coach. Talk a little bit about your league this year down there. Some of the other opponents that you face in the conference. What's it like?
So that's a great question. We were always part of the Tucson area region, and this year with Tucson, their football timeline's quite a bit different than the AIA. We put together an independent schedule. So we're kind of like University of Notre Dame, putting together an independent. We kind of broke away, and we got 7 games this year that range from 6A, 5A, 4A, and we've just kind of put it all together. So our kids are going to be challenged just about every week. It's going to be really exciting, and we'll see where we fall with PowerPoints. I'm really excited.
Casa Grande head coach of the Cougars, Jake Barrow. Coach Barrow, thank you so much for your time. Good luck tonight about shaking the rust off against this Campo Verde Coyote team. Good luck to you, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you guys for having us.
I'm here with Casa Grande running back RJ Keaton. RJ, you're a junior. Last year you had an explosive year. You had 6 rushing touchdowns. You're one of the top returning rushers this year. What are you expecting for yourself?
I'm just trying to improve me and my team. You know, we're all one big old family. You know, we're just trying to get one goal, and that's to stay on the championship state goal right there. That's it. That's nothing else is on our mind. But otherwise, we're just trying to improve.
Now you're talking about improving. You guys lost a lot of core receivers last year. You only had 1 reception for a touchdown, but that's still more than a lot of other receivers on your team this year. What have you guys done to really improve your starters this year that are going to be coming into those receiving positions?
You know, with our younger group, you know, they're stepping up. They're real big-time players, you know, and they're real dogs. You know, they really like to fight. They're really fighting over starting positions and stuff, and I'm really proud of them because they can all catch. I'm really excited to see what they can do this season.
Now, on special teams, kick returns, you averaged almost 40 yards per return last year. That's absolutely explosive. What do you do to break through those tackles and just have such strong carries in moments like that?
You know, you just got to put your head down, you know, put your head down, put your shoulder down, just run through them, high knees. That's all it is. That's all it is.
Is there anything you're looking forward to this season particularly?
Nah, I just want to repeat, get better at every day. Got to reach that state with me and my team, me and my family.
Again, Casa Grande running back R.J. Keaton, he's a junior. Be on the lookout for him this year.
I'm here with quarterback Angel Flores, number 7 of the Casa Grande Cougars. Angel, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. And yourself?
I'm doing fantastic. Thank you, sir. We're out here tonight for your scrimmage against Campo Verde. You had an amazing season last year, over 900 yards rushing, and you're the quarterback, not to mention 15-plus touchdowns and a 68% completion percentage. How do you improve on those numbers from last year?
Just grind on the off season. Yeah, just continue on watching film, working out, just those kind of things to help me get better, to improve.
Who are some of the players or quarterbacks that have inspired you when you were younger to play the position?
I'm a big Steelers fan, so Ben Roethlisberger, how he shows how tough he is and how his leadership skills really helped me.
You and I both know, Angel, that everything starts up front. What does your offensive line mean to you, and how do they take care of you on a weekly basis?
Oh, yeah, they mean everything to me. Without them, I'm nothing, really. And they take care of me all the time, making sure I'm getting up, helping me up when I'm down, and always asking me how I'm doing.
All-star quarterback for the Casa Grande Cougars, Angel Flores. Expect to hear nothing but great things from him in the future. We'll stay tuned for sure here on the JV Sports Show.
As you know, James, Casa Grande, number of weapons offensively. They're really solid on defense. You got quarterback Angel Flores and a number of other guys. Coach Barrow keeps things together, rolling real well. They were a quarterfinal team last year, ready for some good things.
At Angel Dentistry, our focus is to provide the highest quality and comprehensive family and cosmetic dentistry care. From checkups and cleanings to advanced issues like gum disease and implants, Angel Dentistry will provide an array of dental services to meet all of your family's needs. With extensive experience in using the latest dental techniques and state-of-the-art technology, visit us online at angeldentistry.net for more information or call to schedule your appointment.
Hey, all you business owners. Vince here from the JV Sports Show. Are you a fan of junior college and small college sports? Want to reach an established and growing sports radio listening audience both locally and abroad? Partner up with the JV Sports Show. We can help promote your business while you help support exclusive coverage of junior college, NAIA, NC2A Division II and III sports. Check us out at www.jvsportshow.com and let us show you the benefits of partnering up with James and I on the JV Sports Show.
We also caught up the other night with Lake Havasu Knights head coach Carl Thompson.
Here's that visit now. Coach Thompson, how are you, sir?
Hey, Coach.
Good. How are you all? We're actually right on the field. We're actually in run period right now.
Hey, I'm liking this.
Two guys out. So
Can you line us up at fullback right quick, Coach? Can we take a
if you want to. I mean, you're wanting to run some double wing stuff. We throw the ball all the time. I don't know if you're going to get any reps there or what.
James, you're recording this, right? We could throw this in on the show.
Oh, it's on. It's always recording.
Oh, all right. Well, we got to record. Okay, so.
Hold on. I better mask up before I get in trouble.
Oh, yes.
There you go. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen.
All right. How are you all tonight?
We're doing great, Coach.
Coach Carl Thompson here from Lake Havasu City. So, Coach, thanks for joining us. You're on the practice field. That is outstanding. Can you pan around, show some of the kids running?
Oh, I can show you. We're getting ready for run period over here.
Oh, look at that.
JV guys are just finishing up practice over this way. They're getting ready to go to a little run period right now. It's for Lake Havasu, it's pretty nice out right now. I'd say it's about 85 degrees. Who would have thought?
Outstanding.
It's not that 138 we usually get.
Yeah, that's fabulous. Coach, one more favor. Could you turn your phone and do this thing sideways? That'll give us a little burst of There we go.
Yeah,
that's a ticket.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Now, can you pan around again and just give us a little look at practice that way? There we are.
You all have the cards. There's a whole run.
That's a beautiful field. My goodness.
No kidding. You guys practice kind of late. Is that typical, or is it just the heat?
What's that?
You guys typically practice kind of late, or is it just
we
because of the heat?
We usually do. Usually, at the beginning of the year, we're in the mornings most of the time to be under the heat index. I mean, we are the hottest place in America that has football, and it gets cooking. I think it hit 130 on the heat index during the summer a couple days here. So just imagine that. So I always say it's like the oven. When you look at the cookies, you just can't shut the oven.
It just doesn't stop, does it, Coach?
That's right. So it's pretty nice right now. Hey, instead of getting me on here, I got two guys here that have been with us for a couple years.
Yeah.
I got Cole Fuller, who's one of our seniors this year, and Mr. Peloton right over here as well. So we got two guys today. I'm going to let you talk to these guys for a little bit. so that you can have them for a little bit. I'm always on here too much.
So I looked up some stats on you guys, and Cole, quarterback, as a junior last year, you averaged about 267 yards passing a game, 2,700 yards on the season, 19 TDs. There's not a lot you didn't do last year. What's the expectation this year? Is it very possible you're going to improve on those numbers from last year?
That's always the goal. We're always trying to improve every single year. So, I'm just trying to get out here, get the receivers the ball and stuff. So, yeah. And Cody, was one of your targets last year. But actually, Cody, all-purpose yards, you had over 750 all-purpose yards, averaged 75 yards a game, almost 6 tackles a game. But, you play both sides of the ball. You're a return guy, you're a receiver. You carried the ball a few rushes as a sophomore. So here you are in your junior year. What's besides having a pretty good quarterback, what else are you surrounded by?
Well, this year we've got, I would say, an increased line from last year, and we've been working with our new offensive coordinator, Charles Weldy, and he's been really making the offense pop this year. And it's really looking really good compared to what we've had in the past years with coaching, offensive coaching and leadership. It's really helping us develop our game.
Now, you two guys being a couple of the stars of the football team, if you will, there for Lake Havasu, I'm sure you know a little bit about your opponent that you're going to face, the Casa Grande Cougars. Talk to us about what you know about that ball club and specifically about their quarterback.
Well, you go first.
I've met their quarterback. We both trained with the same coach in Phoenix, Mike Giovando. So I've trained with him a little bit, and no, he's pretty good. He's a big guy, so we got to watch out for him.
Coach, so aside from those two special guys that you introduced us to, what else do you have in terms of your offensive line, your defensive line? What other special players that you wanted to talk a little bit about?
Starting on the offensive line, we actually had a couple kids transfer in from California and some different places. We have a Donnie Fitzgerald that moved here from Chula Valley. I think it's Coachella Valley.
Coachella Valley,
right.
Yeah.
I have to get all my California places. I only usually know Needles. That's about my extent. But he's moved in, and we've got a couple of guys. We had our JV team last year went 7-1. So we've got a lot of guys from that squad that's moved up. I mean, we graduated. We were senior heavy in the receiver. We had 2,000-yard receivers graduate.
Wow.
Jace Taylor, who's playing at New Mexico right now, and Jay Nazar. Those were our 2,000-yard guys. I mean, we threw the ball a lot last year, but, the offensive line was pretty young last year. We started Xander Flowers as a freshman at center. But we've got a couple big tackles at about 6'3", 6'4". Richie Finders and Cameron Sterling and Evan Hayes, they're filling out. So we've got a lot of guys that have been there. It's just they've got a little more varsity time under their belt now.
Yeah.
You got a couple running backs by committee. One of the new kids that's to us, his name's Isaac Stopke. He'll play inside backer for us. He's going to be a bigger running back. Along with that, on the defensive side, we got John Justice that was out last season, 6'5", 225-pound defensive end. He's coming back from a knee injury. I mean, he as a sophomore, he was like one of our sack leaders. I think he had 7 or 8 sacks on the season as a sophomore. He did miss last year coming back, but the offseason did him well. So he's rehabbed and he's back to 100% now. So, we've had a lot of guys fill in those roles, but we have a few veterans back with us that have a little more varsity experience. I mean, coming off that Cactus, Peoria, Desert Edge, Gila Ridge conference and non-conference schedule, we're looking to kind of get in the mix a little bit more with a new alignment and some new faces out there. So it'll be really good for us.
A lot of travel this season, Coach, with the real alignment of the league. Are you expecting?
In the years I've done it, we actually have more home games this year. We worked out on the plus side of this. I mean, we go to Casa Grande, we end up going down to Yonkers, and we end up going to Estrella Foothills. So most of the West Valley stuff. So we actually benefited. I mean, usually we make enough road trips. It's equivalent to going from here to New York City and back over the year. Basketball is probably the worst, but I mean, we'll leave here. I mean, for you guys, they have us at a 5 a.m. departure because they say the drivers have to be down for 8 hours because it's over whatever the bus limit. Everything we ride in, I call it the cheddar melts. We don't have any charters. So we're riding in the cheddar melts wherever we go. Actually, our school's done an excellent job with our community. We passed a bond and override. Actually, you can see the field turf field I'm kind
It's
of standing on
beautiful.
right now. They're
Yeah.
doing the
It's a
same
gorgeous
thing.
facility, Coach.
It is, and we're very lucky our community supported it, and they're actually doing the same thing to our lower practice field. I know you can't, it's all dark, it's all down there, baseball, softball field, getting the same stuff. So, we're very lucky in those aspects, and they all new busing, everything else. So it's kind of almost like a charter luxury. So, it's the road trips, though, it's kind of a moot point when you live in Lake Havasu, because out of the 22 years I've been here, I mean, it's just one more trip. I think I joked and said it was like 500 plus trips on the bus somewhere, either Phoenix, Tucson, Yuma, Flagstaff. We're always on the move. So it's good stuff.
Well, besides having your guys, ready for a road trip, they probably know how to change the oil. Maybe they change flat tires like a NASCAR pit crew.
Yeah, we've done a little bit of everything over the years.
How else are you guys preparing for these Casa Grande Cougars?
Well, we're working through our stuff, because I think just like everybody, I mean, we were all a little restricted or not on our normal paths. But again, we're prepping. I mean, right now we're in prep for Glendale. It's going to be a real short week. So it'll be a lot of film time, a lot of breakdown, a lot of work on the coaches' parts, trying to get as much information to the players. But so far, so good. They've been adaptable. I mean, I know we're still on distant learning, so our kids haven't returned to campus yet. So actually we're into fall break the week we come down to you guys. So kind of our kids are in kind of the routine of doing some school at home, doing some film work. I mean, everything they've been doing so far has been virtually. So, maybe we can get some things done that way and in their hands. But, they're figuring things out. We're figuring things out, like you heard the Cole and Cody talk about. I pretty much have a whole new staff. I mean, I have a couple guys. I have two former alumni guys that actually played for me back in 07 and 08 are now on the staff. And a couple guys that I've worked with before in the past are with us. And like they said, new offensive coordinator. I'm still run the defense. So, I mean, some things are still the same, but we're really excited with the direction we're going and the guys we're getting reps to and just going there.
Excited for you, Coach. Thanks so much for your time, and good luck. Good luck. Motor on easy, and we'll talk to you soon, Coach.
All right. Appreciate it. All right.
All
Thank
right.
you, guys. We'll see you up there.
Thank you, sir. We'll see you in a few weeks. James here to tell you about TBA, Training Better Athletes. Founded by renowned offensive line coach Ron Sowers, their philosophy is based upon training and building well-rounded athletes and young men. They are the go-to training program for talented offensive and defensive linemen seeking to excel in middle and high school programs and preparing to excel at the next level. Coach Sowers continues to prepare student athletes for their collegiate careers at schools such as Notre Dame, Arizona State, and Oregon State, just to name a few. Contact TBA today at 602-435-9064 or visit their website at trainingbetterAthletes.com. You can't cheat the grind.
Anna and Keith started Stessa Movement Company 2 years ago with their customers' clothing styles in mind. They designed for you. Their goal is to clothe the world. It's high-end clothing at affordable prices. Check out and follow this cool streetwear clothing company on Twitter at Stessa Movement and Instagram at StessaCo. I wear Stessa gear in our broadcasts. It looks and feels great. Sponsoring the Stessa JV Sports Show Player of the Week Award and proud partners of the JV Sports Show. Stessa Movement Company. Stessa spelled S-T-E-S-A for style. Hey guys, joined by Friday night football game of the week sideline analyst, sideline reporter Haley Stasiak. Haley, how you doing today?
Good. I like the sideline analyst.
Yeah, well, you know what? You just got a raise. You'll have to you can negotiate the money part with the network. So speaking of which, we've got questions for you because we're the new guys here. You're the expert, and so you're gonna answer some questions for us to bring us up to speed on what you're up to and how you got here. And so here's the first one. So let's talk a little bit about your background. Where are you from, and how did you get interested in doing sports?
Well, I'm actually from South Bend, Indiana. So I grew up on Notre Dame football. Saturdays were completely devoted to the Fighting Irish. I spent my summers traveling with my younger brother's baseball team. So, I mean, we went to Omaha, Nebraska, Lexington, Kentucky, all over the state of Indiana, northern, southern, a little bit into Michigan. So I've just been around sports my entire life. And then I came out to Arizona State, and I've actually been covering high school football for 5 years now. When I was thinking about it, it's like, holy cow, I can't believe it's been 5 years. But it's been so much fun to be around it. I've covered the Diamondbacks and the Coyotes and the Cardinals, the whole Arizona sports landscape, and it's a blast to be around the media members. It's a blast to be around the players and the coaches. I couldn't ask for a better place to kind of start the career.
Now, Haley, you and Chris Harris and Big D, Dale Hellestray, you guys sound like you have a whole lot of fun together on those broadcasts. What's it like to work with those guys, and how have you been able to develop the chemistry that you guys have developed together?
It was a pretty instant chemistry, I would say. I actually got to work with Dale Hellestray in the spring of 2019 with the Arizona Hotshots. I was the radio broadcast sideline reporter for that. So Dale and I had known each other, so it was really easy to transition into high school football. And then Chris is also just a great guy, very easy guy to work with. Our whole crew at YurView really just makes it so easy, seamless transition into going from radio to TV. Not always easy. You go from not having to worry about the notes in your hand because you're not being seen on camera to kind of having to worry about making sure that your eye is on the camera. It's a bit of a difference. So that first game last year that I did was a little shaky, but we adjusted pretty quick. Dale and Chris, and like I said, the whole YurView crew are just fantastic. And us three had a great chemistry right off the bat.
We're visiting here with Haley Stesiak, the sideline analyst, nicely coined there by Vince, for the YurView Friday Night Football Game of the Week. Now, Haley, with Game Time, it's a lot more than the game, and you're actually doing a blog, I understand, for YurView.com. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so you can find that under the Arizona High School Football tab on YurView.com, and each week I just kind of try to find a storyline, whether that's within the game that we have that week or another storyline around high school football. I did a story last week on Centennial head coach Richard Taylor. I did a story on the COVID adjustments that a lot of teams, as I mentioned, have had to make around the state. And this week I'm doing a story on recruits here in Arizona. So we're taking a look at the top recruits and talking to a few of them that will be featured in our Game Time on YurView games. So you can catch all of that. There's going to be tons of great storylines that are around high school football this season. There were a lot of great ones last year. You can go back and find those too on YurView.com.
Speaking of great ones, let's talk just for a moment about the game that you are going to be covering in the next few days. Liberty and Red Mountain, rematch of the 6A state final, near and dear to James's heart because he called that game for Red Mountain. And
Here we go. I knew that was coming, Vince.
He came away with a wet handkerchief, and just so depressed and down about that. But we're back. It's a different season now, so then we'll forget about all that stuff. What do you think about this matchup, about these two teams?
Well, I was there at that game, and that was probably one of the most exciting games of 2019 season, if not all of high school football in the 5 years that I've been around it. That overtime, I've never been so far on the edge of my seat. Great game played by both teams. Liberty head coach Mark Smith has departed this year. He went back to his home state of California and the school he graduated from, and Colin Thomas stepped into that role. Spoke with him about all the adjustments he's had to make with this COVID in his first year. And he really just told me that he cannot wait to get on the sidelines with these guys on Friday nights. And it's just the joys of the Friday night lights that he's looking forward to. So glad that it was able to work out for him in this first season. But Red Mountain is returning a lot of guys. They've got a huge program, so they've got a lot of depth. They're going to be a good team to look at this year, especially that line. They've always got a solid line.
Great. Well, Friday Night Football sideline reporter Haley Stesiak, thank you so much for joining us. Good luck this week. We look forward to checking back with you periodically. We're going to come back to the well throughout the season, and we love being partnered up with you guys. We're, of course, doing the Thursday night game of the week. You guys do Friday night, and we have a lot of fun with it. And so we look forward to checking back. Thanks again for giving your time.
Hey, thanks for having me. You guys do a great job. Can't wait to see what else is in store for this season.
Well, thank you, Haley. We appreciate you. Have a great day, and have a great game Friday night.
Thanks, guys.
When we come back after the break, we'll wrap up show number 2 and look ahead to week number 3 of Arizona high school football action. Stay tuned here on the JV Sports Show. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to the JV Sports Show. Don't forget, this is interactive. It's been a great show, James, but a lot of things that you guys out there can help us out with. First of all, subscribe to our YouTube channel so you get access, and it's all free, but you're alerted right away as to any episodes that drop, anything that's about to go. You can get online and see it there. Secondly, Twitter. Get on our Twitter page and vote. Sometimes we'll put up some different surveys, things going on. We want your feedback. Get on Twitter at JV Sports Show. Well, it's going to be a solid week of football. Make sure you vote for your game of the week, your player MVP for Thursday night, and we look forward to getting your feedback.
And hey, if you enjoy the JV Sports Show, spread the word. Tell a friend. We appreciate you tuning in tonight, and we look forward to talking with you next week. Everybody stay safe. Have a great week, and we'll talk to you soon.
Go JV.